Hi, I'm Don, and this is The Hobbyist Geek. I'm so excited! Today is a special day. I've been wanting this for a very long time, couldn't do it, timing, finances, y'all know the drill. But an opportunity presented itself, and I was able to pick it up. And I have the T-800 half-scale endoskeleton model, and I can't freaking wait to get this thing assembled. Now this comes in 12 monthly packs, and we're gonna go through them one by one. I can't wait to get started. So let's say we just crack this thing open and see what we got. All right. So when we open this pack, we actually get a whole bunch of stuff. We get parts for 10 separate stages. Stage 1 is laid out in front of you, and I'll go through those in a bit. We get this magazine. This is actually an instruction manual for the entire month, all 10 stages. We also get this poster, which I can't really open up on camera. It's got a whole bunch of different Terminator details and stuff like that, but on the back side of it is this, which is effectively a scale image of what this final model is going to look like. So I can't really show that because it's huge. Maybe I'll show it in the outro. We'll take a look. We also get this little letter here that says in stage 3, they offer us some replacement parts because the original ones needed a little bit of improvement. We'll get to those when we get to stage 3. But we can start off with stage 1 here, which comes with the parts you see in front of you. You get the chrome eye and nasal sockets, and holy crap, does that thing look awesome. That just looks incredible. Nice metal piece, got a little heft to it. I assume the rest of the model is going to be similar, at least the outside of it. You also get a matte black inner eye socket, and you get the eye socket brace. You get some chrome orbits right there. And let's see, little LED diodes. It's here. Excuse me, wait a minute. These are the red eye caps. These are the LED diodes. And an eye orbit brace along with a couple of screws. So it looks like for this stage, the brace and the eye orbits here are not going to be needed. So we're just going to store these to the side for now. Next up, we're going to take the red eye cap and these chrome orbits here. We're just going to push the caps in. If you take a look at the cap, you can see one side is solid and the other has a little hole. Make sure the hole goes inside. And basically, you just push it in and press until it can't go any further. And it should stick out a little bit, just like that. And we'll do the same for the other one. And there you go. Alright, for this next step, we're going to take the LED here and we're going to push it in. Now what's really odd is the instructions say to have the wires vertical like this with the pins also vertical. And you just push it in. Now the instructions show that the black cable is on top. What's odd is in the next image, it shows the cables reversed, with the one with the black on top and one with the red on top. And then the image after that, they're both black on top again. So I'm not sure. I don't think it really matters, to be honest with you. They're all going to plug into the same place, but just an FYI. However you want to do it. I am going to go ahead and make them both the same with the black cable on top, matching the pins. 2 pins on the bottom, 1 on top. For the next part of the stage, we're going to take this, we're going to place these right in there, and notice that the 2 pins are facing up when I place them in here, okay? And those front pins will help guide it. Get that second pin sticking out a little bit. So both of them go in, just like that. And then we cover it with the brace. Alright, and that's what it looks like when it's finished, with the eyes able to move freely within the sockets. I'm guessing the eyes are going to turn here. That's going to be awesome. But in the meantime, and this was incredibly difficult. I mean, you get one in and the other one wants to pop out. It was really hard to get it in there. But it looks cool. And we use 2 screws right there in the center to hold this thing in place and make sure it doesn't go anywhere. All right, and there it is. Stage 1 is complete. And how awesome is that? And here are the parts for stage 2. We have the upper jaw, we've got the upper teeth. We have a right arm component, A, let's see, right arm component B, and right arm component C. Very descriptive in their definitions, as well as 3 different types of screws. One thing of note, this piece is metal, nice, solid. The other 3 are just chromed plastic. I'm less happy about that. I mean, I'm sure it'll keep the weight down, but, well, it is what it is. In this case, this wonderful metal piece here, we're actually not going to need for this stage, so we'll just set this to the side for now. Alright, for this first part, we're going to take this upper jaw here. I'm going to take the piece we assembled in stage 1 and we're going to fit them together. Notice there's a little hole here along with 2 screw holes, and they're going to fit right in there, and it should just slide in nice and easy if you want it upright. There we go. And then we're going to use 2 of those PB screws right there, the 6mm ones. Now, apparently PB screw is, I don't know if this will focus, these ones with the rounded heads. And like I said, the longer ones, the 6mm screws. Next up, we're going to take 2 of the 4mm screws that were provided, and we're going to put them through these little holes here to finish assembling this. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, now we're going to do something I absolutely hate. We're bringing out the super glue. I hate super gluing things, but sometimes a model calls for it. So you get these little teeth here, and we're going to have to cut them off the sprue. But each set of teeth is a little bit different, so you got to know which is which. They've got them numbered 1, 2, 3, 4 in that order. And what they're going to do is they're going to go in here, and it should be 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you look real close, you can see there's little holes in there. And on the teeth, we've got these little pins. So we're going to do them one by one, and we're going to super glue them in place and hope everything works out the way it's supposed to. I'm not going to do this on camera because super glue takes a little bit of time to dry, so I'll be back when it's done.
Bring the funk back.
All right, so now that we have super glued them, we can take a look at what the teeth look like. How awesome is that? All right, we're gonna set this to the side for now. We're gonna take these 2 pieces, You notice you got 2 little holes here, you got 2 little pegs here, and they fit right together. Now note that there is this little slot on this side that'll line up with this little slot. That way you know you've got it in the right alignment. That slot does not exist on this side. And in here, in those 2 little holes, we're going to use 2 of those other screws. The, what are they called? KB screws. These are the ones with the slightly flanged head. All right. And with that completed, we have finished stage 2. And here are the parts we get with stage 3. Right arm component D, E, and F, a AAA battery holder, and then we've got, let's see here, LED test circuit board. That's this puppy right here. And then we got a couple of screws. And over here we've got the right hand first finger component, A, B, C, D, E. And then we have some articulating connectors, A and B. Now here's the thing. That little note I mentioned at the beginning is that these articulating connectors are useless. They've given us a replacement set that actually comes with some plastic sleeves to go over the connectors and help them fit a little better. So we'll be using the replacement parts instead of the standard ones. All right, for step 1 here, I hope your screwdriver is a really long one, because basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take all of the parts here, the arm component parts. You're basically gonna throw them all together like this. And then you're gonna have to put a screw all the way down, and it's gonna screw in right there. So you're gonna need a very long, thin screwdriver to go with this puppy. And there you go, nice and assembled. The next bit is actually testing out the lights in the eyes. So you want to put batteries in here. It takes 3 AAA batteries, which, as luck would have it, I happen to have. And then you plug it into the test circuit here. And there's really only one place to plug each of these in. And then you flip it on. Look at that. And then we can disconnect the eye, plug the other eye in, make sure that one's working. And there you go. All right, now we can just take it apart and put it to the side for now. All right, next up we're gonna assemble the finger here. And once again, before we get started, we're gonna have to super glue the fingertip here to the peg right there. After that, you can use these assembly pins to do it. Now notice that I've got them alternating with the larger one here and the sleeve, smaller one here, and then next peg, we've reversed it and then reversed it again for the final bit. Just push them all together and it should make us a finger. So let's say we give it a shot. All right, and here we are with our first finger. Good news, it looks great. Bad news, more super glue. Had to put super glue on the little pins to make them stay. But it does work, and there you go, nice posable finger. And with that done, that actually completes stage 3. And here are the parts we get with stage 4. We have right arm component G and H, I, and J. We also have right arm rod A and B, a couple of rubber washers, and a couple of plastic grips, along with a bunch of screws. All right, we're gonna start off by assembling another piston here. And this one is going to go together exactly the same way as the last one. And here we are with a second completed piston. Alright, next up, we're going to take this rod here. We're going to take one of these washers. And you know, on the washer, one side has a larger divot. That's for the end of this, so that'll just slide right on. And then we can take one of these smaller screws here. We'll just attach it. Don't over tighten it too much. You don't want to apply too much pressure to that rubber washer there. But, you know, enough to keep it in place. There we go. And now we're going to take the piston that we assembled in stage 3. We're going to just push this puppy in there. Just like that. And there you can see it'll move. It's a little tight. I don't like the scratching, but it does work. And now we're going to do exactly the same thing with the other rod and the piston we assembled in this issue. And there we go. Another assembled piston. Alright, next up we're going to take this piece that we assembled, I think, back in stage 2. And we're going to take these little sleeves here. We'll just slide them over just like this. Make sure it's in this orientation. And yeah, they don't really stay too well, but well enough, I guess. And there you go. Alright, this next bit's gonna be fun. Okay, we're gonna take this piece here, and we're gonna take one of these. Now there's 2 different sizes of these, so we wanna make sure we get the longer one, okay? We'll take that, we're just gonna slide that puppy in just like this, okay? And then we're going to take the piston that we assembled in this issue. We're gonna slide that puppy over just like that. Now we're gonna take the shorter screw, flip this thing through this hole, just like that. And I hope you know how to hold a bunch of stuff all at once. And then this is gonna go in just like this. And when you've got all of that assembled, you can take this from back in, I don't know, step 1, I think. And we'll basically just slide that puppy in on this and screw those things in from the other side. Oops. I knew I forgot something. Before we put this on, we're gonna have to slide this thing in. In this orientation, it should slide in just like this. Now we can slide this thing in. There we go. That's a little better. And we screw it in. Whew, that was a bit of a balancing act there. But holy crap, look at this. This just looks incredible. The way this has lined up, and just, I mean, it looks awesome. I think this is gonna look great once it's on the model. And as it turns out, that actually completes stage 4. Alright, here are the parts we get with stage 5. We have a lower jaw, we have a ring, a ball joint socket, ball joint A, ball joint B, and a ball joint cover, along with some black and silver screws. Alright, step 1 is to assemble the ball joint itself. Fairly simple. Just place it together. You'll note one of them has a hole here and a hole here. You'll need screws, the silver screws, one in each hole, to hold it together. Alright, and there you go, nice and assembled. Alright, now we're going to attach the ball joint to the skull here, or back of the skull. Put the ring in, ball joint goes in, cover goes on, and then this cover goes on, and you use the black screws, 3 of them, to hold that in place. All right, and there it is in place, and this should be able to move, but be firm enough to stay in place, so you can actually position the head when you've got this assembled. And that actually completes stage 5. And here are the parts you get with stage 6. You have the lower jaw, we have another set of teeth, and we have a bridge of the nose. Now that's going to go onto here, and it's going to fit just like so. You can see there are a couple of pins in the back of this, a couple of holes there to help keep it aligned. Little prong faces downwards. And here's the sad part. This entire stage is all super glue. Teeth are going to super glue to here, this is going to super glue to there. I'm pretty sure you all know how to do super glue, so I'm not going to film this, I'll just jump right to the end. And here you go, completed stage 6. And you can see the teeth here. I'm actually not too happy with these teeth. I've never met anyone with just a single tooth right here in the center, except maybe Tom Cruise, but that was his upper jaw. And this one is still drying a little bit, but kind of a loose fit on the bridge. It should be solid enough once the glue dries. And that is it for stage 6. And here are the parts for stage 7. All right, we have upper arm A and B and C, an upper arm ring, and then a head motor joint, A and B, along with a set of screws. All right, first up, we're gonna take this piece right here, and we got this wonderful little gear, and you'll notice there's 4 pegs, there's 4 holes, and you guessed it, we get to glue it in place, but try to make sure that you're not actually covering any of these holes here. So the alignment's going to have to be pretty good right on the first go. All right, and with that gear in place, you can bring out your arm assembly from previous stages. And if you take a look, you've got this side. You can see there's an open gap there. And looking real close, you got some holes right there. You got some pegs right here that'll help keep it all aligned. And yep, we get to glue it again. A lot of glue in this model. And here we go with a solid glue piece. And next up, we take these 2 pieces and we're just going to slide them together just like this. Notice the screw holes here at the bottom. They're going to line up with those screw holes there. And we take 2 screws and throw them together. Just like that. For the last part of this stage, we're going to assemble these 2 pieces. Notice there's 2 holes here and 2 holes here. Line those up. I'm going to throw 2 screws in from this direction. It's important that you get the alignment correct. These are a little bit off center, and you want the piece to attach so that it angles off in this direction. And there you go. And with that, you've got these 3 pieces and the end of stage 7. And here we have the parts for stage 8. We have ourselves the right palm, and let's see here. We've got some parts for the thumb. It says right thumb A, right thumb B, right thumb C, a bunch of finger connectors, and a couple of screws. Now you should note on these finger connectors here, you've actually got 3 different sizes of these things. There's these shorter ones, medium, and a long one. And it's very, very important that you put these in the proper order. All right, we're gonna kick this off by assembling the thumb here. And this is the order in which the pieces will go. Note that this is the smaller two of the larger pins that require sleeves. And this is the medium one. And note also that we alternate just like we did with the other finger. And we will have to glue this here and glue the pins together just like before. So, with the magic of editing, and once all the glue dries, if you've done it correctly, you should have yourself another posable finger, which I believe this one is the thumb. This next bit's gonna be fun. We get to attach the thumb to the palm. Now, if you notice on the thumb, there is a screw hole and a pin. On the palm, you got a bunch of holes here. Way up in this corner, you'll see a tiny little hole. That's where that pin goes. And that hole right next to it is where the screw hole will line up. And you use one of the screws provided with this stage to hold it in place. And when it's all said and done, it should look like this. Nice little right thumb. For the final part of this stage, we're going to actually attach the first finger here. And it's going to line up just like this. First finger, first hole. And you're going to use the longer of these with another glued cap on the inside. So, as with all the glue ones, let's skip to the end. And when you're done, you have another hyperposable finger attached to the hand. Definitely looking nice. And that, my friends, completes stage 8. 2 more stages and we're done with pack 1. Man, this thing is looking good. And here we are at stage 9. Not a lot of parts in this stage. They got right head A and right head B along with a couple of screws. As you may have anticipated, this is a very short stage. We just take right head A, we take right head B, we line them up and slide the pieces together just like so. 2 screw holes for 2 screws. And there you go. Yet another wonderful piece complete and the end of stage 9. All right, and here we are at stage 10. And here are the parts that we get. We get the left and right inner eye sockets and all the pieces necessary to make the middle finger. Now the first thing we're going to do is put the eye sockets into the faceplate here, and if you take a look, right here and here are some pins, and you get 2 more for the other eye socket. And you just line up the eye socket and right on those pins, and you push it, and you do a little push fit. Now these are supposed to be friction held, so you shouldn't need any glue, but you can use glue if you need to. All right, and once inserted and assembled correctly, you should see there's pretty much no gaps at all around the eye socket. You can't even really tell. They are in there. And I did not have to use any glue, and they are staying just fine, so it looks like the friction fit is working, at least on my hobby. And for this next bit, we got to put yet another finger together. I assume at this stage you all know how to put these fingers together. This one is going to be the middle finger, so it will go right here on the palm and be assembled just like all the others with the super glue. And once fully assembled, we have yet another finger fully articulated and ready to rock and roll. Hooray for fingers. All right. And at the end of pack 1, oops, that's my tweezers. This is everything that you should have. It looks like the bicep for the right arm, a couple of frames or guides, I'm guessing for some mechanical pieces. Got a battery pack with a testing circuit. The right side of the skull, we have our, I don't know, face frame with the eyes, upper teeth, a face plate. We have the bottom of the skull along with a ball joint. We have the lower jaw, again with teeth. We have this thing. I'm guessing this is the elbow. I don't know. It just says upper arm B, whatever that is. So I'm guessing this is the elbow or a part of it. And most of the right hand. So things are certainly coming along nicely here. I can't wait to see what happens next, but I guess we'll all just have to wait for the next video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.